This episode of Unqualified is brought to you by McDonald's, proudly serving communities since 1965. On the drive to and from my parents' house in Washington State, we almost always stop at two particular McDonald's, one in Salem, Oregon, and another in Eureka, California. At the moment, we are in the parking lot of the Salem location, and I just finished a Big Mac and fries. Even though we are just passing through, I appreciate the familiarity and feeling of community. The other day, I was looking through my mother-in-law's photo album and came across a photo where she and her friends are standing in front of a McDonald's wearing their cheerleading uniforms. I usually call my mother-in-law New Mom, but her name is Marcia. Under the photo, Marcia had written a note, and I talked her into letting me read it here. San Bernardino, California. I have so many memories of this McDonald's over the years. My father took me there on what I think was opening day. What a thrill it was as a young girl to order a chocolate shake, hamburger, and French fries. Then there was the time when my cousin Hinda and I were given a tour and allowed to take dill pickles by the cupful out of a huge barrel. We must have eaten 100 pickles each. Everyone in my family knows the story of how I accidentally missed the ketchup container and dipped a fry into my milkshake. Now when I dip fries in my shake, it's on purpose. I remember when I was 12 years old, my mother and my cousin Noel Novak, Larry's brother, picked me up from dance class, and we went for dinner to celebrate Noel's graduation from high school. Years later, when I was in high school, we would go to McDonald's every Friday night after the football game. I wish you could see this photo. Marcia couldn't remember if they won the game that night, but everyone is smiling as if they did. Wherever your local McDonald's is, there's nothing better than that wonderful feeling of community. Well, maybe that feeling is tied with eating a Big Mac. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Have you guys done a lot of podcasts?
No. None together.
None together?
This will be our first one together.
Your first one, but you have done them.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy them?
Yeah.
What do you
I like them with nice people. I don't like them with assholes.
What do you...
Now, what are you planning on being tonight?
Well, I'm going to challenge you in different ways, in ways you've never expected before.
It's okay.
Because you are on Anna Faris's Unqualified.
Who's on Anna? You want to introduce the guests?
Yes, this is Kaitlin, and this is Scott.
Oh, hi.
And Sim.
Oh, thank you for introducing me.
Actually, can we do a little go around?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Anna Faris. I'm your host tonight, or this morning, maybe if you're commuting, or this afternoon, maybe you're working out. Or, I don't know, maybe you're at a bar and you're alone and you're waiting for your Tinder date, which, if you have headphones on, might signal that, the person who's looking for you could be turned off. Okay, that's all. Kaitlin?
Oh, hi. I'm Kaitlin Olson, and I don't really, I don't care what time of day, you're listening to it. I'm just happy you're here.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm Scott MacArthur, and if you are listening to this waiting for your Tinder date, go home.
Just go home.
Why?
It's not going to work out.
It's not. It's just
all
not
a
a good
big
look.
disappointment. Yeah.
We were talking about it earlier. The best way to attract someone at a bar is to be at a bar reading a book.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
But no.
Oh, no?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be bothering someone if you're...
I've read books at bars and just no one's ever come up to me, but maybe that's me.
Oh, no.
Maybe I give
No,
up.
justify that, Scott.
Well, I mean, we could deep dive that and figure out what book.
You would be brave enough to go up to a girl who's reading a book.
Alone? Yeah. Literate
Like, what
and
would you
everything?
say?
What are
You're
you reading?
interrupting her chapter.
Just go right up. What are you reading?
Really?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that bother you, Anna, if that happened?
No, what?
I'm reading.
With that voice? Say it again.
What are you reading?
Are you kidding me? Drop everything.
I'm reading. What am I reading?
I'm reading Adam Bede.
I don't know.
Now he's at a loss. Now he's at a loss. You've stumped him.
Yeah, now I'd have to say, who's Adam Bede? What did he write?
Now you're dumb.
What's
Now you
going
feel
on?
bad. You're
Now
insecure.
I feel bad. I'd probably say, I'm going to use the bathroom, and then I...
Okay, so what if it's like slightly something that's a little more accessible? Like, what if it's like God is not great?
Yeah.
By Christopher Hitchens.
That'd give you a chance. I should preface this. I've never finished a book that I've started reading, so I'm not like a reader. That's not the gig.
So what would be the book? Maybe a magazine. Maybe you got to go with a magazine girl.
Well, now the new thing, I do firmly believe this, which is if you are at a bar by yourself, the thing that kills me is now when people are at a bar by themselves, they're on their phone a lot, right?
Right.
And I like the throwback idea that like you can go to a bar and have a drink, and that's what you're doing. Your face is up, you're interacting, that kind of feels like the right thing.
I totally agree with you. But I've also never, there's only been one time I approached a guy at a bar, and do you know what I said? This is when I was going through a kind of like a crazy breakup period, so I was like, just fuck it, I'm just letting loose. I said,
Like, my underwear is sweaty.
Yeah.
Because I'm nervous.
yeah.
Is that what you said?
No.
Oh.
I was like, I was in much more of like, I've worn these clothes for 5 days. I've got mustard in my fridge and a 6-pack, and that's all I'm doing.
Oh.
And I said, I thought this is how amused I was with myself. I went up to this guy, and he had a couple friends around him, and I said, hey, do you have any roofies? And I laughed.
What did he do?
Oh, he just looked at me like I was a fucking freak. And I said, do you want to go out sometime? Like I had no
Right to it.
I had no fear. I was in
for
this
you.
weird period of fearlessness.
Well, we
of,
call
like,
that period nothing to lose.
Yes, that's where I
Yeah.
was, and it was euphoric and depressing all at the same time. But he said no, and I said, well, what about your friend? and like they just looked at me like I was an alien, and then I felt bad. Then I was like, oh, my jokes aren't. This isn't I can't ask anybody.
They did not know who you were.
No.
I would never have done that to you.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Yeah. I would have roofied you right there on the spot.
Does it make them better if they recognize me and then they agree? Like it's sort of like
The whole thing, honestly, if I'm being honest, is making me very uncomfortable.
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by ZocDoc. Who gets excited about trying a new restaurant that has 2 out of 5 stars? When it comes to finding healthcare, don't ratings matter even more? ZocDoc is a free app where you can compare doctors, read reviews from real patients, and even make same-day appointments. When I finally called to reschedule my dentist appointment, I was told that my dentist had been retired for nearly 3 years. In my defense, parking was a nightmare. Through ZocDoc, I found a new dentist who had great reviews, took my insurance, and whose office was actually within walking distance. I was also able to book an appointment instantly without talking to a receptionist who made me feel guilty about not having my teeth cleaned for 3 years. My new dentist didn't make me feel guilty either, and only suggested I floss a little more often. Whether you need a primary care physician, dentist, dermatologist, psychiatrist, eye doctor, or other specialist, ZocDoc makes healthcare easy. Now is the time to prioritize your health. Go to ZocDoc.com/unqualified and download the ZocDoc app. Sign up for free and book a top-rated doctor who might be available as soon as today. That's ZocDoc.com/unqualified. This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by State Farm, and in honor of their surprisingly great auto insurance rates, I'm going to tell you about a particularly surprising day on set. It takes me a long time to read a script. For almost every line of dialogue, I will stop to figure out why my character would say it, how it fits in the conversation, and how it's going to come out of my mouth. Between the lines, there are larger chunks of text which describe everything else happening in the scene. Maybe what a room looks like, what characters are wearing, and what they're doing. As I often underestimate how long everything in my life takes, I know I can make up some time by reading those larger chunks a little faster. I got the script for Overboard about 6 months before we started production. I read it in my warm living room, wearing comfortably warm clothes, sipping from a warm mug of tea. Somehow, it never occurred to me that when you jump off a boat in the middle of the ocean, the water is surprisingly cold. And it doesn't get any warmer on take 2. Here at Unqualified, we love State Farm because they provide coverage that meets your needs at a surprisingly great rate. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Have you ever like
No.
aggressively,
Nope.
You've never
no.
aggressively hit on a guy.
Way too insecure. No. I'd rather just go home.
College days?
No. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. Well, I went to college at the University of Oregon, and I lived in the University Inn, which was like the special dorm where you had a bathroom in your own room. So you don't have to share a bathroom with the floor. It was really fancy.
Is it like the quiet dorm though too?
No, no. Lots of barfing everywhere. But you had a bathroom in your room, and that's the reason you paid extra. But I was not a sorority type of person. That wasn't my thing. But we became friends. Right across the street was the Beta House, and we became friends with all those guys. And they were great. And we always went to their parties, but we were very unwelcome because all the fraternities have parties with sororities, and all the sorority girls hated us because we would join the parties. So we were very hated by them, and we would go and crash the parties. And I was so in love with this guy for like 2-3 years.
Can you give us a first name?
I'll be honest with you, I don't even remember his
Change
name.
it.
That's how in love I was. I don't even remember his name. Mike?
Are we?
Brett?
I thought you were talking about Daniel.
No, that's a different guy.
Oh, sorry.
No. This guy was so cute.
Chad.
Chad. I loved him so much. Chad. Oh my God.
Chad is a beta.
He's a beta at the University of Oregon.
He's a brunette.
Definitely
stoner.
brunette. Very tall. It was like 6'2".
Everyone there is stoners,
Oh
right?
yeah. Super drunk. And we,
But funny.
Oh, of course he was funny. Why would I like him if he wasn't funny? We were on the top floor. All the mattresses were against the windows, trying to block out the sound so we wouldn't get in trouble. Very hot in there. Everyone's sweating. We're playing pool, and I get the nerve, and I'm going to go talk to him. And I don't remember what I was saying because I was super drunk. But I started talking to him. I just remember him looking at me and going, your upper lip is sweating. Like, wipe sweat off my lip. I was like, and then I died, and then I died again, and then I went home, and I've never hit on anyone ever since.
Oh,
Yeah.
your upper lip is sweating.
Your upper lip is
That's
sweating.
like one of those things that, you know how when you're tipsy, like that snaps you out of, that's like, oh yeah, maybe I'm sober again.
Yeah, he
because
stared
that
at me
was-
for so long. I thought he was very interested in what I was saying, but he was really just focused on my upper lip perspiration.
I wonder if it was like power play on his.
I don't know, but you know what? F you, guy. If
Yeah.
I could remember your name, I would call you out.
Hey,
a heartbeat.
before when you guys first got here, we were outside, and we were talking about if erect men can pee,
Oh yeah,
and
They can pee. It's just they need to maneuver themselves differently.
maneuver how? Like you gotta you manipulate.
and does
your
it
wiener?
hurt to like bend it down fully to a toilet?
I'm not very flexible, so it hurts me. But Scotty,
Well, you have
No,
a
I mean
huge
not your
cock,
body.
so-
That is
I mean
true,
your
Thank
actual
you.
organ. Does it hurt to bend it down at
It
that
can't.
angle?
You've moved an erect penis around, right?
Well, yeah, but like
It can't
that
hurt.
far. I'm just wondering if like that far down.
Yeah, I mean, basically, when you're in the shower and you're trying to readjust the shower head, you
Yeah.
have limited options there. Or you turn the dial on the faucet and you switch to the hose.
Okay.
So we don't have
What's
that
the
dial.
point of doing this?
Well, we don't have the dial.
Oh.
So basically, you do what is commonly known amongst men is the K kick.
Okay.
Which is you bend at the waist, you drop your left leg back
Oh.
to get leverage, and then you basically bank shot it off the back of the
This
toilet
is-
seat and then you just pee into the toilet. It's a common move. We don't talk about it.
very
And I'm
complex.
probably going to get in trouble.
No, I love it that you're giving us the guy secret codes here. We'll give you some lady codes later.
yeah.
The bank shot is a pro move, though. I want to add.
It is. It's
advanced.
It's learned.
Yes.
It's learned. And,
Who teaches this to you?
well, in Greece,
What?
they taught, back 2,000 years ago, they would take on a young male lover and they would teach the K-kick frequently.
The K-kick.
But now you can learn it on Google
Oh.
or YouTube.
YouTube videos.
And I don't want to tip the hat here, but Sim and I have been talking about doing a podcast called The K-kick about this kind of thing.
Would
So-
you guys, if a penis could be retractable, like
Like a turtle head?
no, like could literally like suck back up into your body along with your balls, so when it's not in use, you could be sort of protected because it is
For
like
sports, it could help.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Because sometimes when I'm cuddling with Chris or he's cuddling with me, this involves arms. I wish that I could have a retractable arm, like
Yes.
like
You mean when you're
I know
laying
that.
down because the underneath arm needs to go away.
Right.
I know what
No
you're talking
idea
about.
what to ever do with the underneath arm.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I get it.
So I'm just wondering now, would men like a retractable penis?
I've never had the experience of not knowing what to do with my penis, like the arm.
Right.
But
You know what I mean? I'm just saying in daily life, it could be convenient
Yeah.
because then you're not vulnerable in any way, Like your balls are your Achilles heel. That is the one place where we know we could get you if we needed to.
well, if you look at the history of the human body,
God.
okay,
Love this.
So
Scott.
basically, we started on all fours, right?
Oh my God.
Right.
This is
If
going
you-
to take 6 hours, by
if
the
you-
way.
yeah.
Everybody buckle up.
Oh, I should say tonight's long-winded answers are brought to you by black tea and Corona, but I don't know. We could bleep that if we can. But we started on all fours. So if you look at the body, you have the rib cage, the back rib cage, the skull. Everything is really protected anatomically. Then what happened was we started standing up on our hind
Told you.
legs to see what was coming over the horizon.
I think this is stuff that most people know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as we stand up,
We have very smart listeners.
yes. Well, this is, I know, at this
You're
point,
getting
someone's
to
going,
it, though. Yeah.
going through the podcast to get it. But all of a sudden, we exposed our gut, which is not protected. But we made that trade off so that we could see the horizon, to see the predator coming. And
Sure.
coincidentally, at the same time, we exposed our
Your wiener. Your wiener
penises
dog.
and our wiener dogs.
So you still didn't answer my question. Do you want a retractable
Do you want your
penis or
wiener
not?
to go back into your stomach or not?
Yeah. Given the option, would you like a retractable penis?
And you could bring
yes or no?
No.
You want it
No,
out
I'm
at
very
all
comfortable
times.
with how
He
I'm-
wants
What
it
about
out
what
at all
about
times.
retractable balls? Because I have friends who
Yeah.
have huge balls and they need to lift them every time they sit.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
anecdotally, in the locker room, when someone's in a locker room and they get traded and they're like, well, the Dodgers are going to miss this guy next year. He's a big locker room guy. What that means is that guy can do tricks with his dick in the shower
Okay.
and everyone loves them. I was a locker room guy up through college. and
Wait, you do
sports.
dick tricks?
I have, yeah.
Can you tell me some of your?
Yeah, what's
I
I
wish
can-
these
I
guys
can-
could see your dick tricks and you could pull it out and
They're
just show all
amazing.
of us.
They've crushed it.
Do you have
over at
names
Fox.
for them?
Well, I have the balls in the stomach, which is you can retract your balls up into your stomach. And then the wristwatch and the squash mosquito. There's moves.
I know the wristwatch.
Yeah.
I've had a friend do that. Well, he calls it the Rolex, so I'm sure it's
Well,
similar.
he has a huge penis. I mean, I call my
They wrap their penis
I
around
call
their
mine
wrist.
the swatch.
Oh, God.
The swatch,
The swatch.
It's like a lower level.
Yeah.
or his arm swatch is really thin.
thin. Yeah, thin
Okay.
and
Yeah. Stretchy.
just, yeah.
like retract. Yeah.
Yeah,
Elasticy.
no one brags about having a swatch. So, and here I am bragging
Could
about
you
having a
imagine
swatch.
if like we did a bunch of labia
No.
like tricks?
No.
Like what could we possibly do?
Well, you could do the snail.
What?
What's a snail?
The snail. Well, okay. Again, anatomically, going back in time, if you had huge labia and you squatted to pee, doing the tent pole move when you're holding the tree.
Right. Okay.
I should just preface this. I have a daughter, so I'm very comfortable talking anatomically, but
Okay. And does she squat and hold a tree?
not yet.
Okay. You'll teach her.
She's
I get it.
3. We're getting there. She's still peeing in her bed, but
Okay.
Yes.
What does she do with her labia when she squats and holds a tree? Just in the future. No, let's make this about her. Let's tell us what this is, but let's make it about your daughter. So your daughter's 3, but when she's older, she will squat and hold onto a tree. And what will she do with her labia?
Snail thing? Yeah.
I don't know.
So the snail is if you had giant labia, a la a Rolex penis, the labia would touch the ground and leave a small track as though 2 snails were racing.
I'm extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
As though 2 snails were racing, but it's a pretty close race.
It's a tie.
Yeah. It's going to have
hopefully
to be.
it's
It's going to have to be.
I mean, if one snail races ahead, then there's, probably some corrective stuff you could figure out.
Hi, Stella. I'm so sorry. You're only going to hear this
It's
9 years from now,
true.
and I want to tell you,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I did not advocate for this.
I know my mom. I love you, Mom. But listen, okay, we'll get back to more sex talk later, or what if that was even sex talk.
I don't even think it was. It was
Yeah.
just horrible.
Science, I think.
Oh,
It was
science.
science.
Straight up autonomy.
Yeah.
But you guys are on a really fucking hysterical show called The Mick. It is so good.
Thank you.
We just watched the first
so-
2 episodes.
Did you really?
And it's
Yes.
absolutely hysterical.
so
the second episode, I was crying.
good.
I love the first episode. The second one had me crying.
I have to tell you,
Thank you.
I love the first one. The second one is my favorite.
I'm just so excited to see more. And I say that I know you've done a lot of promotional stuff, and people are probably telling you that all day, and it must be genuine. But you guys know that there's instances where people tell you that,
Yeah,
and you're
you don't
like,
believe them for a second.
But it's a really, really, really fucking funny show,
like it.
and
Thank you.
I'm really happy you guys are here. Thank you on this rainy Los Angeles night.
It's lovely.
Came up to my weird, creepy home.
You do have a super
Isn't it
creepy.
You didn't even see the.
lovely.
You haven't
home.
seen all the dead animals yet.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
I know.
It was a
Yeah.
little red flaggy when we walked in, and there's not a single light on in the
No,
entire
it's very.
house.
But guys, just for the viewers, it's extremely dark in here. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
I don't
the
know
viewers
who's
and
in each
listeners.
room.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
just very, very dark.
It is.
But I kind of love it.
It's good on a rainy night to
Yeah.
creep out
Oh,
my
yeah.
podcast guests. But
You
it's-
hooked me. I'm
Yeah.
hooked.
But yeah. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for being here. I know you guys are really busy, and you're writing now, but then you're about to start shooting.
This guy is. So let me tell you something about this guy. I signed on to the show as a producer because I didn't really want to do it unless I was also producing it. And we were staffing our writer's room, and his was the first sample that I read. And I was like, oh, this guy's hilarious. We staffed him. He became our writer. And then he just kind of was Jimmy. Like the more
That's
we talked to him.
amazing.
He's so funny. And like the more he would talk and tell stories about his childhood and his dad and his like growing up, he was so funny. John and Dave Chernin and I all were like, okay, this guy kind of just is Jimmy. We have to cast him as Jimmy. So he's both writer and Jimmy on my show.
Well,
Oh,
you're
Scotty.
fantastic. And Jimmy, sort of the not boyfriend,
Yeah.
who kind of wants to believe
Yeah.
that you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's comfortable being the boyfriend. It's just
Yeah.
that Mickey doesn't
She's not. He
do
is.
Yeah.
labels.
Yeah.
No labels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Mickey's
He's around.
not a
Fine.
dependent.
He's around. Whatever.
She doesn't want to be a dependent, right?
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think he needs dependency.
Got to
I just
keep
think
your
it's
options
just-
open, though, right? So you got to have this guy here, and then like, who knows what's over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about the relationship a lot as a dog, where there's always that friend you have. My brother had a dog like this. The dog would bite children, people, anybody, and naturally the conversation is always like, "Why do you have this fucking dog?" But until you've had a dog like that, I had a dog like that in college. It's like you're almost like, "Fuck off, man! I have the dog. It's my dog. Like, let me deal with my dog."
Right.
And that's very much the dynamic a little bit
Yeah.
between Mickey and Jimmy.
Yeah.
He's my dog.
I love it.
Like DOG, just like
Yeah. OG.
yeah, OG.
I watched the show and I had like waves of envy because I love playing crazy characters, and you're so fucking good. I would be really mad if you weren't so good because I would be like, God damn it! But you're Kaitlin. You are like a national treasure. You're
Thank
so
you.
and I've been watching you for years on It's Always Sunny, and you've always like stood out as just this unusual, like this fearless, hot, just dynamo in like a weird ringleader of that band of of guys, and I've just admired you from afar for a long time, so I'm really glad you're here.
Thank you. I've admired you for the exact same reasons for a very long time, so thanks for having me.
Yeah.
There's a moment in the pilot, because when you go in to meet as a writer, you watch the pilot, and then you go in, and I met with the Chernin brothers, and because Kaitlin is the producer, then you would meet Kaitlin. But I remember watching the pilot, and I firmly believe this, having been, no one has taken more acting classes on planet Earth than I have. And I do believe the master class of comedy is in the pilot when Kaitlin falls off the banister, and then the next morning the kids wake her up. And there's like 15 separate moments in your wake up. And it's amazing to watch all of those happen in one take. It's not, they don't cut away from it because that part was good. And then, that part, let's cut to the kid. And that was really exciting, because I think when you're writing, to see that, you're like, oh, I could write really bad shit and she'll make it funny, but you do see that and you're like, oh, this is amazing. Like, that's a dream come true when you're watching a comedian do that. And you're just like, moments within moments within moments.
You know what I loved? I loved two exchanges. I loved in the pilot, the first exchange in the car when you guys are pulling up, because you have really quick banter. And I know as an actor, and also there's like your realization that you can't go into the party, and like there's a lot of quick changing beats happening there, and you guys are so good and so on top of it. And I know that that's not easy. That's a really specific talent and ability. I also really love the exchange between you and Alba, Kaitlin, when you're trying to get her to take Molly.
And in the second episode where I'm like, oh, no, you don't have to take it. No, because you already took it.
Yeah, because you're just so snappy and spontaneous, and making, I don't know how much of it's like scripted or how much playroom you have, but you make it feel like it's all play.
That's great. I have to say that, like, I can't take credit for that, because John and Dave have done such a good job of writing these amazing scripts where, like, I read it. That was actually one of her audition scenes. So I read that with a bunch of women who auditioned for Alba, was that scene. And she just knocked it out of the park, and it was amazing. And I don't even think I can take credit. It was just so well written. But it's great.
Well, you guys have a great cast, too. Yeah, it's great.
That's Carla. And the crazy thing that I've come to understand about that scene is that the brothers wrote that scene for another project years ago. And I think it's with two dudes. And because the way the pilot was written, as most pilots are, you can't write meaty scenes for every character that will recur.
Right.
So you either have to write new material just for the audition, or you just find something that you can see if somebody has chops. And my understanding is that
that wasn't in the pilot. They just wrote that for her for the audition scene.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, when you see the audition tape, it's one of the funniest auditions I've ever seen. And so
that's Carla Jimenez, by the way, and she's amazing.
Yeah, and so then when they saw that, they thought, okay, that scene now has to be in the show, and then this great
wrote
opportunity.
Like a script around that.
Yeah, it was literally that was a benchmark to get that scene into 102, because it was up top. You wanted to see her do that.
Well, yeah, it's a joy.
How many kids did you see before you cast the 3 kids? Because they're unbelievable.
A lot. Yeah. No, well, that's like my main thing, is that when this whole thing started, I was like, this script is amazing. It's so funny. I love reading it. I think I can make this character very special. I'm very scared about the kids. Yeah. Because, kids suck. I've got 2 of them, so I can say that. So I was like, I've got to be able to be in the casting process. I have to be able to cast these kids so that I can know that I can have some chemistry with them. And so the first person we did was Sabrina, and there was no question. She was the only person that would have worked for that. Thomas Barbuska, who plays Chip, they wrote it for him, basically, because they loved him from Wet Hot American Summer and the Geico commercial. Jack we saw a ton of people, and this kid is like the sweetest person in the entire world. You can tell him to say anything, and anything that comes out of his mouth is like the sweetest. Yeah, he's adorable. Yeah, no, I'm really happy with all of them. Like, they're really, really wonderful people to work with.
And even when Sophia auditioned, I think she was out here. She was coming off of HBO's The Night Of, which I haven't watched yet, but is probably pretty dark and dramatic. And
she did such a wonderful job because she is a straight person. Like, she doesn't do comedy. She does like dramatic stuff, and that's what we needed for this character. We needed somebody who was just not trying to be funny, very self-assured, very she's a wonderful actress, and that's really what we needed for that, rather than just like a bitchy teenager, because that's going to get really old.
yeah.
Okay, we do a few different segments on this show. We're gonna do right cough.
Oh my God, are you all right? Guys, she's dying. She might be dead.
Worry,
Oh, no, she's back.
I'm
She's
back. I'm
She's
back.
back.
It's
Okay,
just
we're good.
mildly disgusting. I'm sorry, dear listeners. Okay, so this is called How Would You Proceed? Okay, the first one's for Kaitlin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your manager who's here, Brady.
He's not my manager, but he's, the same company. Whatever. He's fine. He's fine.
He's Scotty's
Brady, you're
manager.
fine.
He's my manager.
Yeah,
and
he's
he's one of my best friends
Okay,
for
but whatever.
15 years.
He's fine.
15 years. Yeah, best friend.
I've known Brady forever, and he's a doll. He doesn't
Yeah.
have a microphone, but he's awesome.
Brady, you want to split my mic? We could do like that Bruce Springsteen thing where we're singing to the same
Brady?
mic.
Brady, don't you dare.
You know?
Brady, like how much? Okay, let's say that one of your clients won an Emmy. I know you don't have a microphone.
Well, you can share a mic with Scotty on this
Yeah.
one.
Okay, but would your feelings be the tiniest bit hurt if it was like, I want to use like pulling that, what director did this? Steven Soderbergh did that whole thing of like, I'll thank everybody privately, but I want to use this time to like talk about creative energy or whatever. Would you feel like the tiniest bit hurt if you weren't from a business, just, personal business thing?
No,
You weren't
not
thanking-
at all.
No, come
Always
on.
Thank me. No, I wouldn't.
Really?
No, but always
Really?
thank me. Always thank me.
I should say I just want to
'Cause
thank
I
Brady
would
for
be.
being here.
I would be a little bit.
I think I'd be a little bit hurt if they thanked other people and
okay.
not me. But if they
Okay.
were using it for something else,
Okay.
like if I was forgotten, it would be
Right,
hurtful.
right,
Yes.
right.
So, yes, you'd be hurt.
Publicist, lawyer.
They're going to thank other people, Brady. So the answer is yes.
It's like, I want to thank everyone privately right now. I want to use this time to talk about the snail. So the snail, and then you went on a rant. That would be.
The longest labia.
It would get a lot of hits on YouTube.
That is some long labia. What?
Yeah,
if in the
I want to go
future
back to the
labia-
snail. Whose fucking labia, is dragging on the ground like this? And by the way, also has like a slime that is left behind
Kaitlin.
as some sort of track.
This
Like,
is going
go-
to be in
take
the
a
future.
shower.
Yes, this is what's going to happen. Boob jobs are done.
Okay.
Now we're getting into labia extension.
This is
And
a thing? Like, this is something that people want?
This is what's going to happen in 2033.
I'm out.
Just so we're clear, Tim Burton just turned off the podcast and immediately started writing a movie about the snail.
In the future, all Beverly Hills women will have the longest, massive labia, and so all
Anna.
sportswear will be designed. So there'll be legs,
Okay.
and then there'll be labia.
Okay.
I don't know, labia leg essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be walking around Rodeo Drive with essentially two legs and two long things flapping
Right.
almost between your ankles.
Right. So
And
you're
women will
saying
compete.
Right. You're saying that people are going to be exploring labia extensions.
Yes, they're
Very
gonna
soon.
They're going to have their labias injected, and there's going
I
to be a
just-
competition. Did you get your labia?
I have to tell you, I'm going to have a very
done.
hard time getting behind this trend, but I'll do it because it's popular, and that's all I care about.
Yeah, and you'll get hits on YouTube.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
in. I'm 100% in.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Great.
Fearless.
Okay.
Fearless.
2035. April
You guys
17th.
expect to see my labia
you and I are
4
gonna-
feet long, and I will crawl around on the ground. There will be 6,
Yeah.
excrements.
Yeah.
just dragging on the ground.
Yeah. Well, just so we're clear, in 2035, they will not be called labia. They will be
Poor
called.
Brady.
They
Have
will
you
be,
not listened to this
excrement?
podcast before?
They will be called chaps.
Chaps.
Yeah.
Brady right now is. I've never seen you quite like this, but he's a
That's
little
Scott's
bit in shock.
manager. He's very nervous.
Brady's a proud manager. Look at him. He's a proud manager.
But you maybe didn't listen to the. Oh, you just don't like the word. The
You're having a hard time with the word labia.
we have talked about in the past about how unsexy our organ names are.
Now, Anna, do you want to talk about your own labia? Should we talk about this?
Yeah, we could talk about my labia.
Okay.
I'm kind of okay labia.
Yeah, it's just kind of just like tucks right up in there, right?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say tucks.
Okay,
you
okay.
know, but it's not bad labia.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's not bad labia.
Great.
Yeah.
Should we move on from this?
Well, we could. We'll return.
I think we should.
How would you proceed?
Oh, no. Next question.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this one for Kaitlin or for Scott?
Oh, sorry. This is for Kaitlin. Okay. So your agent tells you that Adam Levine wants to go on a hike with you to pitch you a few project ideas. Okay. Mm-hmm. He's looking to getting into producing. Mm-hmm. He's been a big fan of yours for a long time. Mm-hmm. You agree. Mm-hmm. You know, you go up Runyon Canyon. While on the hike, you know, he starts talking about a lot about his Shih Tzus and like
He's got tiny dogs.
And you like
That tells me a lot. Does he have tiny dogs or big dogs?
he has tiny dogs, you know, and there's like 3 of them and they're following whatever.
Okay.
But and you maybe ask him about some of his tattoos. Like you like the talk really isn't getting around to his projects.
Sure.
Anyway, he says about halfway up, you guys are, you know, at this point maybe you're panting, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I'm extremely athletic, so probably not. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go on.
He says, listen, I know you're on 2 TV shows. You know, you're busy. But you know, you're probably making some pretty good money. This is a little out there, but I've got these connections and just recently this really great investment opportunity
Oh my God.
came my way.
We got some sort of multi-level marketing thing going on.
And I got this email and I don't want to say kind of how I got it, but the guy who reached out to me he's not a U.S. citizen. Oh. But he got this $50 million inheritance, and he wants to transfer the funds to me for investment purposes. You know, he said he thinks like, oh, Adam Levine. You know, because I as Adam, you know, I clearly I make a lot of money.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah.
He wants to wire me the funds so he can safely get out of his country. You know, but all I have to do is give him 40%
Right.
of the return, you know, 40% of the 50 million.
Yeah.
But up front, the rest is, so then that's how it can get like transferred over, you know? Mm-hmm. Anyway, just wondering if you wanted to contribute, you know, say like 3 or 4 million. And I guarantee.
The great news is that this is when my helicopter lands and swoops me up and flies the fuck away, and I go, "Good luck, Adam and tiny dogs."
That's how you would proceed.
Yeah, that's
you would
it.
just call.
Yeah, I
You'd
did.
have to get to the
I
top
blame it on something
of-
else.
You would just totally just blow him off.
I just leave at that point. I don't like to answer questions. I just like to get out. You know,
I do see you squirming in your chair. Right now.
I'm very uncomfortable. Yeah, it looks like I have to pee, but I don't. I'm just super uncomfortable.
I saw this exact thing happen with the lead singer of Kings of Leon and Jennifer Lawrence. But
At Runyon?
yeah,
Was
yeah.
it at Runyon?
Yeah. I used to live next to Runyon, and I saw it, and that guy, I won't even recount it because it was verbatim what you just said.
Okay, question number 2.
Well, this one's for Scott.
Are you sure? Can I chime in if I have a great
You
answer?
sure can.
Okay.
For about a month, you've been dating Karina. She's a beautiful architect.
Just for the note, my goddaughter's name is Karina, so... you know.
Should we change it?
Let's change the name. Let's change it. What do you want to name her?
Scott, relax. Just go with
Should
it.
it still be something with a K?
What about Kalina?
Kalina sounds good.
Kalina does not sound great.
Sounds like a housekeeper.
It
Cleaner.
sounds like
She's the cleaner. No, her name is Kalina.
her name is Rachel.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Love her,
Sorry.
Rachel.
Sorry.
Love her,
Yep,
Rachel.
Okay. All right. She's a beautiful architect here in LA. You invite her over to watch E.T. because she told you that she had never seen it. At the end of the movie, you look over at her and you notice that she's sobbing. She's
Crying.
like, she's crying.
I was hoping you'd say that.
She's
Yeah,
crying.
yeah, yeah.
She's not like, but she's crying.
She's weeping.
And she's a
Yeah.
little
It's
vulnerable.
Gentle, sweet and gentle.
And you said, oh man, this movie always gets me too. And she turns to you and she says, no, when I was a kid, I took a river rafting trip with my family because my parents were getting divorced and wanted us to all bond. But it was a class 3 river.
Class 3 rapid.
Class 3, well, and supposed to be the whole river was supposed to be just class 3. Like
Nonstop.
Anyway, there was a big rainstorm, and the next morning, as we packed up our campsite, our guide said, it looks like we're going to have some class 5 rapids today. Anyway, as we were going down one of the rapids, I got thrown over the raft. Mm-hmm. When they did find me days later, I was covered in white chalk.
Lit.
They took me to the hospital and they had me tested, and my index finger started glowing red. Mm-hmm. So then NASA actually came to my house, and things got really scary because the people at the hospital called NASA.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved to LA, and I became an architect. And eventually, I learned that life isn't over after, you've become ill and you've healed. I don't know. The rest is kind of a blur. I really liked the flying bicycles, though. But I don't know if I ever want to see this movie again.
Okay. First thing I would do is I would wipe the sweat off her upper lip.
Would you say, oh, Kalina?
Then I would say, yeah, I got to Kalina your upper lip here. What's the question?
How do you proceed? What do you do with Rachel?
Oh, I'm down with that.
You just
You're
F her,
fine?
right? You just go ahead and F her, and then it's all done.
Like you, then you what? You love her and you get married and
No,
you,
no,
you
no,
never
you
It's just for the
you-
night. You're okay for the night.
Sure.
do you bring it?
How do you answer this honestly? Because I would be fine with that. I mean, hey, everyone's got their baggage. Rachel's baggage is extraterrestrially weird. But
Are you going to tell your friends like the next day? Like this was.
I've been texting my friends from my pocket as she's been talking. I'm like, I got one. Bingo. I mean, I think,
Do you ask her about it?
I probably do the Tony Robbins thing. I step very close to her, and I don't break eye contact.
Yeah.
And then I go, I just say something like, keep going. And I see really what it's about. Because when I was listening to that situation, what I really think that was about is alienation.
Oh, my God. You are so annoyingly deep.
So
Deep dive. You got to deep dive it.
you think that she was alienated as a child?
I think she couldn't identify with people in her family. Truth be told, the class 3 rapid reined into a 5 is a real rapid. I have a cousin. I mean, you spun this into my wheelhouse. I have a cousin is a rafting instructor. You could get launched.
Anna, you've made a mistake.
You could again. Long-winded stories are brought to you tonight by Black Tea and Corona. But I think she's alienated, and I can identify with that. I am the only male in my family under 6 feet, and I understand.
Oh my God, he's so. You guys, when you picture him, I want you to picture him so tiny.
It's the littlest.
Super tiny.
He's so tiny.
It's so hard for him to reach
Yeah,
the mic.
yeah. At which point, I should remind everyone that I
reach
play
the mic.
Ben, the little boy, on the mic. So, I think that might be confusing because we were talking about Jimmy, but I play the
love
little
how
boy.
you can make your voice like that high.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you're cool with
I'm in
Rachel?
with that. That's
Are you later, if you dated her for let's say another 6-7 months, would you bring it up again? Would you say so does white chalk freak you out ever? Or?
Would I bring it up again immediately upon meeting everyone ever as a couple? I'd be like, "This is my girlfriend Rachel. Tell him the ET." Just tell him.
Okay, well, It's kind of long. Are you sure, honey?
Hey.
Okay.
We got time.
Yeah.
I
All
was
kinds of time.
rafting on the Snake River with my family, which is up in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest.
Oh, I'm from there. I can jump in.
And
You're a Hood
Kaitlin,
River person, though.
do you mind not?
Oh, sorry. I'll step back. It's your turn. Your turn.
So anyway, I was rafting with my family, and I got thrown off the raft, and they couldn't find me for a few days. There was like helicopters and rangers and everything, like dogs and everything searching. When they did finally find me, I was comatose and I was covered in this white chalk. And anyway, they took me to the hospital. They found out my finger glowed. And the doctors called NASA, and for a while we had tubes like leading from our house to some trailers, and it was weird, But then I was fine.
Yeah, and then I would just turn and I'd be like, "Yeah, right, guys, shots."
I actually think she might be kind of fun.
Yeah, that's my point. My point is
sort
like
of fun.
She's
entertaining.
she's entertaining. This is fun.
gotta
Makes for a
keep her
great
around.
story.
Yeah.
Stories.
Now, do you marry that girl?
No, but
no.
you keep her around for as long as you possibly
But
can.
you
I
know,
get
it's fun, and
get
you
it.
just buckle up.
I really would like to meet her. I mean, just for a minute.
Do you want us to introduce you to her? We can bring her. We
can
have
bring
her.
her.
You
Love
know?
her?
Yeah.
Rachel, could you come in here for a second? Rachel, there's an element of a creep factor in Rachel. Do you like a creep factor in anything, like a relationship or?
I think yes.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, do I want to think that I'm, like, in bed with somebody who might kill me? Well, maybe a little. Just like 10% of me. But I like a funny, weird story for sure.
Yeah.
I like somebody who's got, like, weird. I mean,
You want to
both
feel like
do.
you're in danger, but not going to actually get killed.
Yeah, I want to. Well, I like a person who I really, because I'm curious. And which is difficult for somebody who likes to talk so much. But I like to dig in on like a weirdness.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably, if I were your friend and meeting Rachel, I would probably be like, whoa.
Let's have her come
I'm
over.
gonna pull you aside for a little while. I hope you don't mind, Scott. I'm gonna steal Rachel for just a little while you and your buddies do shots. But could you actually get her a few shots? I need to talk to her about this red finger business.
Yeah. There's an element of it where, you know that Sarah McLachlan song, Building a Mystery?
Sure.
Right? So I remember as a kid, I loved that song. It was a big
great
Sarah
song.
McLachlan. Yeah, that was my jam. One of my jams. No, not.
I love
liked
the
it.
image of you in a locker room. Like, anyway.
With
Well, that
any Sarah
is-
McLachlan song.
Yeah, and we've talked about this actually a lot on set, but that is locker room talk. Guys go to locker rooms and talk about Sarah McLachlan. This whole crazy is not the,
yes.
But building a mystery, when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, build a mystery. I would think like, oh, write a mystery story. I think the key to a lot of the beginning of relationships is building a mystery. And I think that's what Rachel's doing.
You think I'm one thing. Surprise.
Exactly.
I did that with Chris.
Yeah, it's smart.
Thank you.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he thought I was somewhat
Oh,
sane.
yeah.
He thought I really loved football, which I'm now really enjoying. But he thought that I, would be like join him on hunting trips. Like I really kind of did a runaround on him a little.
Well, that's actually different. That's called hiding the crazy. That's a very different tactic.
Oh,
Building the mystery
I thought I was building a mystery.
And hiding the crazy are two different things.
I think so.
You
right?
guys, it's very messy. They both kind of work together in a way.
Brady just
someone's
pulled
got a
up
beautiful
building a
song.
mystery on his phone.
Hey, Brady, why don't you go sit in the car?
All right, so we're going to play a quick game, by
Okay.
the way, in honor of the Mick, which has a parenting theme. And all three of you are parents.
Yeah.
And
Am I playing this game?
Yes, you're
Oh,
playing
yeah.
this game
Oh,
too.
yeah,
I
you're-
know it.
you're in
By
the
the way,
worst.
By the way, Anna
too.
has never won a game.
Okay, me neither.
Ever.
Really?
No,
Fun.
I'm talking on the podcast.
I'm not a
We've done
winner.
a bunch of games. She's never
Doesn't
won.
matter. I'm not a winner, ever.
So this game, I'm going to test your knowledge of obscure parenting trivia.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is Price is Right rules, so you know how that works, right? Closest without going over. And
Oh.
we're gonna start with Scotty. Scotty,
I don't.
what is the average time it takes a mom to change a diaper? I need minutes and seconds.
Poop or pee?
Good question. Great question.
Let's go with poop.
Little boy or little girl?
Let's go with a little boy.
Oh, one-handed, 35 seconds.
Okay. Kaitlin.
50 seconds.
50. Anna?
I guess, can I say it? I don't know Price is Right. What can I say?
Don't go over.
Yeah, you just
do not go
unless you
over.
want. Yeah, unless
40,
you want to go over.
46 seconds?
Great.
I mean, this, as you know, Caitlin.
So stupid. But so stupid.
Well, because it's
is there a blowout? Is there not a blowout? Is it solid poop?
Like,
is there
actually,
not?
Like, getting
is there
the
diaper
out
rash?
of the
Yeah, like come on.
thing? Are we talking wipes?
The answer is 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
Oh, you son of a bee.
Caitlin
Son of
gets
a
the
bee.
point on that one.
Well, you got it though.
All right.
Well, these guys have
know we
older
didn't know.
boys.
Oh, come on, get
My
out of
boy
here.
is 1 year
Stop
old.
it. Get out of here.
Next question. What is the Guinness record for most babies by one mother? So we're going to start with Caitlin. We're going to go with you this time.
10.
Most babies by one mother?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 26.
26.
Oh,
Scotty.
Wow.
How many babies? One mother.
I'm going to go low, Bob. 1.
1. The answer is 69.
Oh, what the fuck?
16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets,
So
and 4 sets of
stupid.
quadruplets.
That's where we get the labia.
I mean,
That is some low labia.
If
kid
your
just
labia
hang-
is
yeah.
dragging on the ground next to your feet, it's because you've had 655 children. Is that what you said?
That's right, 69. Theodore Vasilyev she was 1707 to 1782. She was a peasant from Shuya,
I'm
Russia.
so upset for her. What, were you going to ask about my labia? It's beautifully
1700.
intact.
No. I was gonna say, Caitlin, haven't you ever seen that Duggar do
Yes.
that? Well, they have like 18 and counting.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, come on, huh?
But I don't want to picture her labia. I want
no,
everyone's
just
labia
was
to
surprised that your
deep
answer was
inside.
10.
I just didn't think it was that.
Oh,
Wait.
Caitlin.
God, I'm so sorry. I'm disappointed in myself. Anna, I let you down. I'm sorry. Wait, let me make it up to you. Go.
Anna, you're
Wait,
starting.
did I win? I won
You got that one, Anna. So right now,
Oh,
Caitlin has a
all
point,
right.
and so does Anna.
Okay.
Third question, Anna,
Okay.
you're starting. How old was the oldest woman to ever give birth?
Ugh. Ugh. Old ladies having babies. Disgusting, right?
Blood, it was a
I'm going to go with my
bloodbath.
lucky number 69.
You
69 for Anna. Scotty?
such a turd.
All right, let me go back here. So when we were quadrupedal on all fours, and
He is
everything
driving
was
me crazy.
protected, I'm going to say Lily's in the field 59.
65. 65.
And 65 for Caitlin. The answer is 70. Anna gets it right.
Ah!
70. It was 70-year-old Rajo Devi in India.
Okay, just real quick.
Rajo,
70
push.
years older.
Push.
God, I want to.
Push,
Guys,
Rajo.
if I could have an up close and personal look at her labia, I would be so happy.
Rajo,
The kid just comes out
don't fall
coughing
asleep.
dust.
Oh, my God.
Too much?
Anna, you're winning.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe you're winning. We have 2 more
All right.
left.
Give me another
All right,
chance.
so wait, it's 2-1-0.
It is
Yeah,
2-1-0.
you're losing.
So
losing.
if Anna gets one
Stop,
more,
you're
then
losing.
she wins.
Then she wins, exactly. So we're going to start with Scotty on this one.
All right,
and
fine.
here's the question.
Fine.
How much did the heaviest newborn weigh? Give me pounds and ounces.
28 pounds and 12 ounces.
Oh my God.
Caitlin.
I mean, you know what? You're backing me into a corner. You know, you're making me feel like it's like an extreme thing. If I'm going for realism. What'd you say?
He said 28-12.
25 4.
Hold on. Can I just call
No.
time out here? Just time out here.
What? Go ahead.
We have to work as a team. So
Okay, so should we pick the same one?
Yeah. We have to basically bookmark.
There's some strategy in play
exactly.
here.
Okay, so what do you want me to do here?
Go high.
Okay, what did you say?
I said 28-12. Go like
29.
40.
No, 30.2.
30.2
30
for
30
Caitlin.
Yes, 30.2.
And Anna, what's your answer?
You bitch. You're going to win this, aren't you?
You are. Go one.
What was it, 28 you said?
28-12. You guys are
28-12 and 32 for Caitlin. Anna?
I guess I got to go with 28-11, right? That's the strategy that
clearly you've never watched Prices Right.
Wrong.
The answer is 23-12, so no one gets it.
No, wait. I thought.
No, because you
No
went
one
over.
gets it.
You
No one
idiot.
gets it. So there's a chance for Kaitlin to tie right now.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Okay,
All right, so-
wait,
What we want.
Yeah. Well, because we want to keep this record going that you
Yeah.
never win.
Oh yeah.
What are you going to
that's
do the
true.
next interview?
You're
You're going to
right.
say, I only won once. And that's
Right.
not, that
You're
doesn't
so
have
You
the
guys,
gravity.
everybody shut up so I can get my question.
Yeah.
Concentrate. Here we go. What is the longest a woman has been in labor? Days. How many days? Let's start with
Are
Anna.
we counting Mother Earth?
Scott,
Sorry.
just take a deep breath and shut your fucking mouth.
Okay, yeah, I'm right here. I can hear you.
Anna.
I'm gonna go with 6 days, 11 hours.
You don't have to give me hours.
Oh, I'm gonna go with 6 days.
6 days. Strategy.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. I'm also going that her name was Bettina Thompson, and she was in labor for 7.5 days.
You're driving me crazy. I
7.5
just want to go 5 and
for-
he'll go 7.
Scotty. And you're going to go?
5.
5.
Wait. Timeout.
Uh-oh.
What,
Don't
do you
go
wanna-
5 because
What?
that would be a draw.
So what?
I think you.
What do I do? 8?
What did I say? 7?
I'm
You said
supposed to go
7.5.
You go 1.
Oh my God, one day.
So
okay.
you cover the low.
So listen, here's the thing. I'm trusting him, and this is the last time I will ever trust him. And if this doesn't work out, we're done. And he's
Done.
fired from my
I'm
show.
I'm off the
But
show.
understand this. He is one of my writers, and
Everything's
co-star.
riding on it.
Everything
lot
is
riding on this.
gone. If this doesn't work out, he's effing done, guys.
You don't
Got
have
it?
to go with. You can go. You can
No,
say
no,
whatever.
no. I want this because I'm trying to find an excuse to get rid of
Okay.
him.
Yeah.
One day.
This poor
One day.
woman had to be in labor for however many
By the way,
days,
I was in
and
labor for
also
2.5
is
days, and it
now
was the worst.
to
So,
blame
yeah.
for Scott getting
Yeah,
fired.
for ruining my
Yeah.
TV show. So I'm going 1. And
sure
you're-
she's gonna
You're the
be-
worst.
Well, the answer is 75.
75 days.
Yep.
What are you,
Joanna
crazy?
Kristonik of Wroclaw, Poland was
That's
pregnant
not real
with
labor, you
triplets.
idiot. No.
75
That's
days.
pregnancy.
That's not. That's,
Oh, wait,
that's,
so we still lost.
that's Braxton Hicks.
Labor.
Hicks.
So it looks like that answer.
Romania.
Took us
So
to 2-1.
Come on,
That means,
Romania.
Scotty, you
Yeah.
get
They
that
just
one
wanted
right.
to win.
That means it's a what's the score? Is that a 3-way tie?
No, I think it's
No.
2-1-1.
I don't think so.
2-1-1. Anna wins.
What?
You should have gone. You should have. You should not have taken his advice. You should have
No
gone above
shit,
7.
Sherlock.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
You should have gone. You should have. You should have taken the one.
And I'm out.
So Anna, your first ever victory.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations,
It feels
my
really
friend.
good.
Tough way to
I
lose a
feel-
No,
job.
no. You're
I
done.
feel
You're
so
done.
Do you want to take a 5-minute break?
I
and then
sure
we'll-
do. But I do want to say that Kaitlin just said something that we have to all say more, which is no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah.
It's so good.
That is good.
It is so good.
Yeah, because of Sherlock Holmes, guys.
Well, yeah. But it's so fun to say, right?
Yeah, right?
No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah,
well, let's
why
all say
not?
it really
no
quickly.
shit, Sherlock. Why not?
No,
No
shit,
shit,
Sherlock. It's fun to say.
How about everyone in the
Thanks,
room
Kaitlin.
together?
Yeah. 1, 2,
Come on, Brady.
3. No shit, Sherlock. That was great.
Isn't it satisfying?
Yeah.
Caitlin, thank you.
You're welcome.
5-minute break.
Fuck you.
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by Osea. Wondering what to gift your friends and family this holiday season? Female founded over 25 years ago by a mother and daughter team, Osea's award-winning cleansers, serums, face moisturizers, and body products give you the results you want. Skin that looks and feels amazing. I recently got to try Osea's new body butter, which, like their now famous Undaria algae body oil, transforms dry skin without being greasy, has the same incredible scent, and leaves your skin soft, smooth, and healthy looking. If my experience is any indication, you can count on your partner giving you a lot of compliments. This holiday season, stock up and share your new favorite clean skincare and body care with your friends and family. Unqualified listeners get 10% off your first order with promo code ANNA at OseaMalibu.com. You'll get free samples with every order, and orders over $50 get free shipping. Gifting is always easier if you start early, so head to OSEAMalibu.com. Use code ANNA. This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by Warby Parker. Warby Parker was founded with a rebellious spirit and the lofty goal of creating boutique quality eyewear at a revolutionary price point. Sunglasses, with or without a prescription, start at $95 and, just like eyeglasses, are available through their home try-on program. You just choose 5 pairs and see which ones you like. I was surprised by how quickly they arrived, which presented me with the immediate problem of deciding which ones to keep. I loved all of them, so you can guess what happened. And not only can you feel good about how cool you look, you can also feel good knowing that for every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to someone in need through partnerships with nonprofits like Vision Spring. Offering eyeglasses, sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams, Warby Parker is committed to providing exceptional vision care online and in stores. So put your FSA or HSA dollars to good use on Warby Parker prescription glasses, prescription sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams. Try Warby Parker's free home try-on program. Order 5 pairs of glasses to try at home for free for 5 days. There's no obligation to buy. Ships free and includes a prepaid return shipping label. Try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free at warbyparker.com/unqualified. That's warbyparker.com/unqualified.
So on this show, we call strangers.
Oh.
And we attempt to give them advice.
Oh, great.
And we try to really hear them. So
we have to hear them?
we have to hear them. But they're lovely people.
Okay.
So we're going to do 2
Although
calls.
I've never talked to them.
I
Sim
like
has.
people.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about these people, by the way.
Okay.
Sim preps them, but I don't know what's happening until
We're
now.
calling Kate right now, and she's 31.
Okay.
She's in D.C.
Okay. She's up late.
Yeah, she is
No,
up
it's
late.
sweet. It was sweet of her to stay up late for us. Oh,
Hello.
Hey, Kate, it's Sim. How are you?
Sim, you sound
Hey,
really
how are you?
loud.
I'm sorry, I was a little loud. Anna is here, and Anna's going to introduce our guest to you.
Okay, hi, Anna.
Hi, Kate. Thank you so much for staying up so late. And I'm sorry that Sim's voice was so weird.
Yeah, he's really loud. It's abrasive.
But Kate, you are here with Scott MacArthur and Kaitlin Olson from The Mick, which is a new show on Fox, and it's really hysterical. And you might know Kaitlin from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. She's very, very funny. And anyway, we're here, and thank you so much once again for staying up so late.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you all for letting me be here. But
Of course, Kate, we're going to try and help you. You wrote to us saying, and I'm quoting this, "I was the last fling before the ring." So tell us the story first, and then we'll try and help you.
Okay, so I've had this friend for a few years, and we've always been pretty close. And it's been platonic most of the time. Like, sometimes we get flirty, but it's like, just like compliments and stuff. But anyways, a few months ago, the flirtations kind of crossed the line, and we hooked up. And he's had this long-term girlfriend. We all have mutual friends, so we were like, this isn't a good idea. So we stopped. And a few weeks later, like, he kind of started hitting me up again, kind of more than flirty. And of course, it happened a couple more times. And once again, we decided, like, this isn't a good look. It's like, I'm too old for this kind of nonsense. So let's just go on being friends. And, like, he never made promises to, like, break up with his girlfriend or anything, but he ended up proposing to her about less than a month after we stopped. And I don't know, I just feel kind of used in that situation, that I was used in some way to validate how he felt about his girlfriend, or I was one last itch that needed to be scratched, But that's kind of where I am now.
Well, you want to know if you still should remain friends with him, and you also are unsure if you should tell him how you really feel. I know Anna has a lot to say right now.
Well, I mean, first of all, I mean, you clearly like him, right? Like, it's more than a friendship, and heterosexual friendships are incredibly difficult, and usually 90% of the time have a lot of complicated layers in them. So, no, you should not be friends with him anymore.
Okay. That's fair.
I mean, but the problem is, I really believe that this is all going to come out at some point. That's been my experience with myself and my friends, especially if you have a tight circle of friends. People are going to talk, and this is going to come out, and it's going to be really ugly. And I'm scared that you are going to be painted as the villain and exiled from your circle of friends. Now, you guys are in a big circle of friends all together?
Yeah. It's you kind of nailed it. I mean, it's been hard because I know, like, ever since we had our last talk, anyways, like before he even got engaged, like I kind of started pulling away a little bit, just being vague or just kind of not going out of my way to be in that. And of course he noticed. So he would he's been sending me like little messages almost every day. And then finally, like, he asked me if I was mad at him. And I was like, well, I don't really know. Like, because I know we didn't make promises to each other. But so he told me I can't be mad at him.
And this has all happened post-proposal too?
Yeah, nothing has happened between us besides just like talking to each other after he proposed.
Now, when you guys hooked up, was the conversation afterwards like basically like, oh, we shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake? Conversations? Yeah. Okay, well, that, first of all, I mean, you guys are both letting each other off the hook with that kind of conversation. You know what I mean? Because hookups are never accidental. That would be really difficult, actually, to just sort of fall on.
Yeah, we apparently made a mutual mistake 3 times, but whatever.
Right.
That was his phrase, not mine.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely letting all parties off the hook. Especially if you guys had been drinking and it's like, oh, we were drunk and but I think that I think this is a really, really dangerous situation. And I honestly think that, if he does get married, he will probably stray pretty quickly with somebody else. And to me, he sounds like kind of a lame dude. I don't envy the girl who's engaged to him.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Let me ask you this, though, too. Do any of your friends in the circle know that you know of? Like, have you told anybody?
I haven't directly told anybody. There was somebody that, like, might have picked up on it, but I kind of quenched that. And then, as far as I know, he hasn't said anything.
Okay, as far as you know, he hasn't said anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I see. Here's the problem, though. I think that it really is only a matter of time. And especially if you continue the friendship with him. And I'm just worried about your personal health, like you're going to be kind of grieving with, heartbreak and not feeling like, you weren't the one that was like chosen by this lame ass fuck. Sorry. Sorry. But
I have a question.
Yeah.
Kate.
This is Scott.
What do you want? Regardless of what his choice is, what do you want?
And that was part of my thing is I didn't want to make a demand on him when I didn't know. Because it's like kind of one of those situations where it's like I know him too well to want to date him. Like I don't know if it would work. And so I didn't think it was fair to make that demand. But I don't really know. Like, and I think Anna nailed it earlier. It's like heterosexual relationships are really complicated. And, there's always some layer there that's more than just friends.
Okay, well, I think that you can tell him, I'm not mad at you, but you're engaged. And while I think we can be friendly, I don't think it's appropriate for us to communicate privately anymore.
Hey, can I say something?
Sure, Kaitlin.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Listen, in all circumstances, you can always go by what someone's doing over what they're saying. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
So you can prolong this and you're going to have a broken heart for longer, or you can just end it and let him go, because this person he proposed to someone else.
Yeah.
So it hurts, but you should let it hurt now a lot. Get over it and move on. But like, this is not going to work out for you. You have to really pay attention to people's actions as opposed to what they're saying.
Yeah, because I don't see a world where he suddenly breaks up with his fiance and like, delivers flowers up your fire escape.
Well, if he does deliver flowers up your fire escape, he's going to be doing this to someone else. Like, you do not want this person. You want someone else who's like, I would never do this to you.
Kate, I dated I haven't dated all that many people, but this was the kind of person that I was really drawn to, was this exact type. And they're manipulative and seductive, and he clearly wants your attention. He wants to keep open the possibility of hooking up with you again. You're gonna grieve, like Kaitlin said, sort of no matter what, with distancing yourself from him. But I'm also really worried about you losing your friends out of this.
Yeah.
And because I think that in this situation, because it sucks for women, usually they take more of the brunt of a cheating scenario. And I'm worried that you're going to, I don't want you to lose your friends and him. So
Anna, what should she say to this guy right now?
You made your choice. You just proposed to someone else.
Well, he'll tell me that he never, I wasn't never a choice. I wasn't necessarily on the table as being
Why
he's
not?
letting himself off the hook right now. That he feels like he has an out. But what should she say to him, knowing that he's probably going to continue to contact her, knowing that if things don't work out with this other girl, then she's always there. Or if she wants to,
Right. But was the last text literally, "Are you mad at me?"
Yeah, he kind of said that, and I was like, I don't really know. And he's like, well, and I was busy, and I was just kind of annoyed and not ready to have that conversation in the moment when he felt it was time to have it. And so I just told him, I didn't know, because I didn't want him to say exactly what he said, which is, you can't be mad at me. It's like what Kaitlin said. It's like actions and words are totally different.
Right. And so here's the thing, is that he has two things with you. One, he wants to keep you in his back pocket as drunk hookup. Two, you are also a loaded weapon in his life. You have a secret that he does not want revealed.
Right.
Oh, Kate, hang on for a second. We have a special guest coming in right now.
Hi, honey.
Hey, Jack.
Hi. He went to see Rogue One tonight, Kate. Can you believe it? He's 4. My husband took him to see Rogue One.
Look at his little glasses. Oh, he's so cute.
Hi. Oh, thank you. Can you say hi to Kaitlin and Scott and Brady?
Hi, guys.
Whoa. A beautiful ring.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Kate, I just got proposed
You got a really
to by
good
my
present.
son.
Did you?
Hey, Jack.
Yes.
Hey, Jack.
Thank you, honey.
Can I tell you something? I really like your glasses.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bye, Jack.
I love you.
Bye. Bye.
I love you. I'll see you soon. Oh, thank you for my present, honey. So you are two things in his life right now that are really complicated. So he wants to make sure that you're not going to tell this secret, and he also wants to leave open the possibility that you may hook up together drunkenly again, like right before his wedding day or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, I think you should be really excited that you're not the fiance.
I do too.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
You're not engaged to someone who's going to cheat on you.
Yeah, but so anyway, the horrible practical advice that I would give you as a completely unqualified person is, I would text him, "I'm not mad at you," because here's the thing, you can't be overly dramatic. It has to be final. "I'm not mad at you, but I really don't think that we should communicate privately anymore." And I think that's it, because also the thing is to
How about this? Hey, you're engaged. Bye-bye.
yeah.
How about that?
Yeah,
That's fair.
yeah.
Do you text the by, or do you write
Whatever
bye-bye
you got to
and then-
do, you just do it.
I just don't think she should bring in the engagement, because I think that
I think you should just
it has
say,
to be
"I think we're
professional
done."
almost.
Yeah.
Over text, over phone, in person?
Over text.
Over text.
Over
I
text.
want to go back to the question because I'm still very unclear on this. Kate, what do you want? Do you want him to leave his fiance?
Do you want him to propose to you?
I don't think that that's what I want. I'm just.
So what do you want?
I guess I want to know why he, out of being friends with him for years, he wanted that then. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
sucks.
like we built up a certain kind of respect with each other and a certain kind of. I mean, he sat with me when I've cried over guys that treated me the exact same way, you know, and told me that there's better people out there.
That's
and
hard,
then,
man.
You know, within within the same year, he does the exact same thing to me, and it kind of.
Of
And I
course you
think
feel
that's
used.
what
Yeah.
I feel betrayed.
Yeah, that sucks. Can you have like a meeting? Like, can you go for coffee and just like, get all this
You're
out?
saying no meeting?
I don't think so. Well, here's that's what that was the train
But would
of
it
thought.
make her feel better to get it all out and be like, hey, you were the guy that I came.
I just don't. Personally, Kaitlin, I hear what you're saying. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
I don't know that it's the right thing or not. I'm just wondering. Like, that sucks.
I think that there is not going to be the kind of closure that you want on this.
No.
And we talk a lot about the idea of closure, and it will never ever happen. It won't ever ever happen. You will be taking this with you for a lifetime, and that sucks. But it's a good journey because we all need to go through it to be better people, so we can be empathetic. Come be an actor in Hollywood. But anyway, but I think that looking for closure from him will be a fruitless journey and only lead to. So if he says, well, let's talk about it, let's meet up, I think that's super dangerous. I think you can say, if there's something very specific you have to say to me, you can say it over text. Other than that, because I don't even know if you should say that. Only maybe if he presses and presses and presses, and maybe what he's going to want to text you is, please don't ever fucking tell anybody. And then you can sort of digest that.
Do you know the fiance? Do you know the woman who he?
Oh yeah. She's in our group. Yeah.
Oh God.
So what about the group though? What does she tell the group when she's not seeing this guy anymore?
Well, she doesn't have to necessarily. She can wean her. What I'm saying is no private texting, no private phone calls. She can still go meet up with the friends at the bar and just pray that the secret fucking remains a secret. Like, I don't want her to, like, if she makes it weird within the friendship dynamic, then the secret's gonna get out. I believe the secret probably will get out. It's just a matter of time. Hopefully it's in a few years. I think that any private conversation, like, she just has to nix all of that, and there won't be any dream conversation where he says, man, I wish it was you, man, I don't know what I'm doing with my girl. That's not going to happen unless he's wasted and trying to fuck you, and it's all going to lead to the same road of ache.
Scott's right though. Like, what do you want? Do you want him to leave her and come to you? Do you want to be the one?
No, I think it's just like what I said earlier. I just, like, you kind of, because he said things to me before, like, even when we were kind of ending things, like, and maybe under different circumstances, or, we should have tried this a long time ago. And so it's like those kind of things kind of just validated that there was, there is a little bit more mutually. So it was just kind of like, well, then if you're planning on proposing to your girlfriend, then why are you sacrificing our relationship just to, get it in one last time? Like,
so much of what I'm hearing here is that you have put yourself at the mercy of his actions and choices. It's all dependent on what he says or what he does. But the fundamental problem there is that you don't have control over what he says or does.
Yeah.
So what do you want?
You
what
gotta
can
get you gotta get your power back.
Yeah. And then if you want him to leave her, you say that. And if he does the fumble, then you're like, fuck it, I'm out. And that's going to be really hard and shitty, but in the long run,
but then you're in the power position, right? So you're the one who's like, it's over.
So you think that she should come out and say, like,
I think she should get her power back in whatever.
I do. I agree,
because she's feeling powerless. And
right.
The only thing that's going to make you feel better in this position is to get your power back. I think you have to. Whatever text you get next, you need to be like, go talk to your fucking fiance about it, and that's it. Like, get your power back. That's it. All done.
But I wouldn't say that, because here's the thing: is that the fiance could look at the phone, I think, and then
it's on them, right?
Yeah, but then she loses her friends. Then the fiance is going to go. Right. Then the fiance.
We're not super close, she and I, but
Still.
I think that the best advice is just seriously, just tell him no more private messages and sweep everything under the rug. And like Anna said, just pray that it never comes up.
move on. Yeah. And I think it's kind of because it's bad for both of us for it to get out. So my lips are sealed as long as his are.
And his might, I mean, in my, weirdly, my experience, sometimes against all, like, logic, a guy will chat. But listen, I do think that, I understand, though, the feeling of you losing a friend, losing, like, somebody that you may have had a, crushing on, and the heartache of that, and feeling used. Those are all really, really hurtful things, and I'm sorry that like you're put in this position, and I encourage you to cut things off with him and date other people and go find a good man.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
that's what I'm looking for.
This picture, Kate, I mean, you're around the corner from spring. You're going to have cherry blossom trees blooming. Okay? You can walk along the Potomac. You're on the East Coast. People
right
will start.
Now it's cold and we're lonely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you are on the doorstep of people shedding layers. All of a sudden, you're starting to see arms on guys. It's easier to, like, guys women start wearing skirts, but you're going to start seeing arms. It's the spring. It's rebirth. I mean, the Obamas are about to become citizens. They'll be far more approachable. I mean, all of these things are in your favor. It's just this initial hurdle you're going to have to jump over. And if you catch your foot and fall on your face, you just get up and take the next hurdle as it comes. But you got to get to the next hurdle. And the first one is,
this guy sucks. Let him go.
Hey, Kate, thank you so much for hanging out with us, Kate.
Yeah.
I mean, and seriously, and thank you for sharing your story with us.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm really,
you
I'm
guys are really
sorry.
helpful.
I'm sorry you're going through this shitty
tough.
time.
The worst.
It's
I'm so
okay.
sorry.
I know. Oh,
I'll get over it.
Keep in touch with me and let me know how it went down. And
yeah, please do.
Okay.
And yeah, I know it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be like an exercise in horrible patience. Patience or willpower or whatever to not text him back when he texts you like, but why? What do you mean? But I miss you. What's happening? What's up, lady? Like you're gonna get that shit for a while, and I think it's gonna be you exercising a lot of willpower. Okay.
Oh,
sorry.
no, sorry. Nothing.
Okay.
Sim is like,
No.
Anna,
It was
please
nothing else.
exercise your willpower.
F up.
It wasn't you. It was
Stop
something
talking.
else. It was something else, Anna. You can keep talking.
No, but Kate, I really
Good luck. I'm so sorry. It's the
Yeah.
worst feeling in the world, but you'll get past it. You'll move on to someone else, and you'll look
Yeah.
back and be like, "Thank God that
thank
didn't
God.
work out."
Because I'm telling you,
promise you it
this
will.
dude will cheat for the rest of his life.
Thank you, Kate.
That's
Thanks,
from
Kate.
All right. Thank
the
you so much.
horse's mouth. Do you guys think that once a cheater, always a cheater? Are you guys like to subscribe to that?
we never got her age. How old is
Oh,
We
I told,
did.
31.
31?
Yeah.
Well, that's, she's down
Yeah.
the path there.
Yeah.
That's not 21 and impulsive.
I know.
Not that
Well,
to
no, but
dismiss a younger person,
But do you think like if a guy, I don't know, I just am curious. Do you guys or I truly don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I think that with this guy 3 times
This guy sounds
And
like a real
then-
piece of shit.
Yeah,
and then an
I
engagement
don't
like
trust
a
this
month
guy.
later.
yeah, this isn't a
That's
singular moment.
right.
It's a pattern of behavior, and then
And then
it's-
continuing to text her after the engagement too.
Yeah.
Like he's no good.
No.
No good.
We
My
have-
loyalty is not with him. Okay, we have
We have one more call. One more call, and we're going to call Lindsey, and she's in Denver. She's 25 years old.
Oh, okay.
Did you say, oh, okay, after you saw what it's about?
Okay. Yeah. But that was a good call.
Hello.
Hey, Lindsey, it's Sim. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Anna is here. Anna, say hi to Lindsey.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hi.
Thank you for calling, or I guess we're calling you, but thank you for accepting our call.
Absolutely.
Anna's going to introduce our guests to both of our guests.
You're here
Okay.
tonight with Kaitlin Olson and Scott MacArthur, and they are from the amazing show, this new show called The Mick, which is on Fox. What night is it on?
Tonight. Tuesday
It's on
night.
tonight.
Tuesdays.
Oh,
Tuesday
it's
night.
so good, Lindsay. It's
And
so
let's
fucking
not forget
good.
about Kaitlin also. She is
on
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and it's 12th season.
12th
Yeah,
season. Holy
that's amazing.
shit.
Yeah, you may have heard of it, Lindsay. It's no big deal.
We watched it last night. I'm
Okay,
not gonna lie.
good.
She's awesome. Scott's awesome. We're having a great time, and we're excited to talk to you. And I don't know what your issue is, but I'm excited to hear it.
Well, I'm excited you're excited.
This is going to be, you know what? We've never had a call like this. Lindsay, you want to know if you and your boyfriend are crossing the lines of comfort. Tell us what you mean by that.
Yes. So specifically, I mean, I'm wondering if I talk to my boyfriend too much about poop, farts, buttholes, all that kind of stuff, to be honest with you. And it's funny because it's not something that I ever really questioned as being an issue until recently when I live in Denver and I had a couple of friends come into town to visit and they kind of saw us interacting and we've only lived together for a year now and they were like, shouldn't you leave some things a mystery? And, like you've kind of got your whole life for that. And yeah, you're young and you're tight now, but like what the hell's going to happen when he knows everything and all that? So it kind of got me thinking, am I walking around acting like a freaking ogre or something? Like, am I totally oblivious to how my behavior is? So I was curious.
I feel like if you guys are giggling at it, then what the hell? Who cares? I mean, but I kind of want an example, though. I sort of want an example. Do you guys like talk about like the shape of and form of like your poop, or like? Do you say, babe, I just took a huge shit? Like how does it manifest itself?
Kind of, which so for example, when you say it like that, I'm like, oh God, that sounds kind of bad. But yeah, I do. Like
That's what I do, Lindsay.
Can we hear Lindsay say it how she would say it?
Yeah, Lindsay, tell us what you would say to your boyfriend on a given night.
Okay, so I'll give you an example. A couple weeks ago, I had Burger King for the first time in a couple of years.
That'll create some good stories.
Yeah,
It's a whopper.
so the warm burning sensation comes over me, and we were driving, stuck in traffic, and I'm like, I'm going to shit my pants, and it's going to be nasty and not a good one, and like probably got a little descriptive. And he laughs, like he thinks it's funny, but I've never questioned it. But I definitely have friends that are like, you need to chill, type of thing.
Well, wait, do you guys have a good sex life?
Yeah, definitely. Just had sex before, like a couple hours ago.
Oh, good. See, I
You
see
just gotta
no
make it funny.
problem
You
with
really
this.
just gotta make it funny. Otherwise,
yeah.
like who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a lady. But like I don't. My mom would be we could never even use the word fart in our house. Like that was forbidden.
Right.
So I grew up in that environment, and now I'm with somebody who is very open about his bodily functions, and he sends pictures of his poop. He's talked about this to his buddies. He does. Thank God he doesn't send them to me. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like as long as you guys are having a good time, then who cares what your friends say? I don't know.
It's funny that you say that, though, because that's the thing with him is that he comes from a very conservative family. Extremely conservative. They don't talk about farts. They don't talk about poop. They don't curse. I'm totally polar opposite of my family and how I grew up. And I've asked him before, I'm like, have you been this way in relationships before? Is this too much? And he's definitely never, I feel like I'm overexposing. He's not used to this is what I'm trying to say.
Do you guys do
So that's the other thing. I've never heard him fart.
Oh, okay. So he's not quite as open about his poop talk as you are.
He talks about his poop, but I've never heard him fart, and I definitely think I'm more of the open person.
Wait, he doesn't fart in front of you, but you fart in front of him?
No, I did on accident in my sleep, but definitely I haven't farted in person.
Oh, that's just adorable, though.
Yeah, that's called cute.
I hope so, because I was pretty embarrassed.
I have a definitive take on this.
All right, Scotty.
Yeah.
And I will openly admit that I do not at all times practice what I preach. But I'm 12 years into my relationship with my wife.
Okay.
We have 2 children.
Okay.
If and when you cross that bridge, it's game on. You're going to show a lot. He's going to see a lot if he wants to sit on the other side of the 50-yard line, which I highly recommend doing because it is a miracle and it's amazing to watch. But I would say this. I go back to Sarah McLachlan. You want to build that mystery. And
Right.
I mean, here, yeah,
You're surprising me.
I do. I think this is a topic of conversation from time to time in my own marriage. I so greatly respect and adore my wife's discipline to not fart in front of me or discuss her poops or her pees. And I try to practice it, but here's the thing. I lean into the cliche that it's funny for a guy to fart in front of a girl, but not necessarily for the girl to fart in front of the boy. But I will say this. I don't think it's sexy. And I think, like, if your guy comes out of the bathroom after taking a huge poop, are you ready to jump in the sack?
No, that's a good point. I'm not particularly
it's not
turned on by that.
Yeah, I mean, some people are, and they're
Lindsey,
like, they got
Lindsey.
poopy stuff.
Yeah, no, I don't
Lindsey.
have like a poop fetish for sure.
Lindsey, listen to me. Okay, this is Kaitlin. Okay, now don't listen to these people. Okay, you with me? It's a delicate dance, right? So you don't fucking fart in front of him. You don't poop in front of him. You go to the bathroom. You shut the fucking door. You light a match when you're done. You come out. He comes in. You go, oh my God, there was a fire next door. Thank God I was there. I was able to help put it out. He plays along. He was like, thank God you were there. I'm like, no shit, thank God I was there. Because otherwise the neighbor's house would have burned down. The window was open. It was a mess, right? And you blame it on the match and the fire, and that's it. You joke about it and you move on, and that's it. That's it.
Right.
That's it. End of story.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that.
You don't poop in front of him. You don't fart in front of him. But, like, you walk in and there's, like, a match that you're like...
poop with the door open.
No.
Definitely.
Now shut the fucking door,
no.
okay? My husband will walk into the bathroom and be like, whoa, was there a fire next door? I'm like, yes, and thank God I was here to put it out. I called the fucking fire department. We are good. Everything's good. We are so lucky that our house didn't burn down. I was here. Thank God I was home. Like, that's it. You talk about the match smell, not the that's it. Done.
Okay.
Make a joke.
I think split the difference here.
I'm right.
I think that on occasion, it's like, I think it's okay to be like, oh, there may be an unpleasant smell.
Sure, if you fart in front of him, then you just own it and be like, I had a protein shake. Right?
Right.
But I don't know. Chris gives me a hard time if I like, because I'm still pretty modest too about that stuff. Like, I'm really raunchy about other shit.
I know, but that's personal.
He'll give me a hard time and be like, oh, so you're taking a magazine into the bathroom?
Maybe I need to learn about Us Weekly.
Yes. It's the New Yorker, Kaitlin.
Right, that's what I meant.
Long articles.
You're classier than that. I'm very sorry.
I remember reading, somebody tweeted a couple years ago, do we count it as camping if you take a shit without your phone? Which I thought was pretty amazing.
But no, I don't know. I think if truly though, I don't know.
Make a joke. You're good. Make a joke.
I don't
You're
think
good.
it should be overthought. But I think, I think you gauge his comfortability and you guys can laugh about it. But I do hear what Scott's saying though a little bit about.
Well, what I'm really reading into though in this specific instance is, Lindsey, you correct me if I'm wrong, we're saying that he doesn't really celebrate his farts or defecation in front of you, but maybe you're a little bit more comfortable doing it in front of him. And I would say that that's arguably him kind of sending a nonverbal message like, hey, I'm not doing it. Mm-hmm. Maybe you should
please don't
hold
do it
in.
Make a joke about a fire department, you know?
Do you really like him?
Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
Are you in love with your boyfriend?
I definitely don't. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, are you in love with your boyfriend?
That's a good question. Are you guys going to get married?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely very in love with him, and it's not. And it's funny because when people have said, "Is it a passion thing?" I don't feel a lack of passion at all, and I definitely wouldn't poop with the door open or like deliberately fart on him or anything. Together. It's just I'm not like ashamed of the conversation, if that makes sense, around it.
I don't know. I like you guys together. I think it's adorable. I think, Lindsey, you go with your gut, literally.
This is going to be really controversial, by the way. I have a feeling that this is going to be the most controversial call we've had in a while.
Really?
Because there are two different. I mean, I'm Scotty. I'm with you on that because I'm convinced that my beautiful girlfriend has never pooped or farted in her life.
Well, first of all,
she told me that too. She never has, and I believe her. I totally believe her.
Do you live together?
Yeah, we live together, and she's great about it. I've never seen her close the door for a few minutes.
No one has ever seen me go into a room and take a shit ever.
How do you do it? How is that possible?
I am like a stealth fucking bomber.
So is my girlfriend. Can you explain that to me? What do you like? How do you?
I pretend there's a wildfire. I just explained it to you. I'm putting out a wildfire, and the whole neighborhood is grateful to me for putting out a fire that it seemed to exist in my bathroom, and that's what we talk about, and that's it.
2 years ago, that girls poop. I didn't know that for a while.
I didn't know that.
It just shocked me.
Yeah.
It's just something that shocks me.
But you don't understand. I'm not advocate. I'm not saying like, because personally, I don't find poop jokes or fart jokes particularly funny. So I'm not saying like make a ton of them. I'm saying if they make each other giggle sometimes, that's fine. I do. My personal thing is like Jack and Chris, my husband and son, totally giggle whenever one of them farts, and it like
farts are funny. They're always funny.
No, they're not.
It's a confusing message, Sim. I think you have to monitor the giggle index on
like
this.
I'm amused. I'm amused and like disappointed and mystified that they think that it's amusing.
No, it's a dude thing. It's very funny to them.
Like it's a whole. I have a very complicated swirl of emotions when they are giggling at each other's farts, and I can't help but laugh because they're laughing because it's
adorable.
But for me, it's out of snobbery. Like you two idiots.
Yeah. That's why it's adorable. Because I think you're adorable. And they're stupid. Your husband, my husband, our children.
I think I'm going to go take the New Yorker into the bathroom.
Yes.
Something we have to also keep in mind is that Lindsey's in Colorado, and this is you're dealing with an altitude.
Oh, I was going
quotient.
to say the elevation.
Yeah,
You've got a lot of gas, Lindsey.
Yeah.
This is not your fault.
So you have a 5,000-foot excuse right off the bat.
Listen, she doesn't eat Burger King every day. She only eats it every 2 years. I think, Lindsey, we gotta let her off the hook here. Like this is listen, and I love Burger King. Like eat it every day if you want to, dear listeners. I don't give a fuck. But listen to our podcast. But Lindsey, no, I think you gauge it with him, and maybe just ask him, like babe. I know, like I grew up in I grew up in a family that was pretty comfortable talking about all this literally shit. Does that make you feel weird? And he'll tell if you guys have a great relationship, he'll tell you, and
hey, honey, does it bother you when I?
That was funny, Scotty. That was funny. Okay, your fart joke made me laugh.
See, farts are funny, guys.
Yeah. I can do the fart sound out of the right side of my mouth. I can't do it out of the left side. I go.
All right, so Lindsey, do you think you're good with his advice?
Yeah, we gave you a ton of.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely appreciate it, and it's something to think about.
Make it funny. That's it.
All right. Well, Lindsey, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you guys.
And get married.
Thank you so much.
I can tell by your voice that you're happy, and it sounds like you have a good guy. And
I just have a
really nice
question, and Lindsey, you don't have to answer it, but I'm sensing it and maybe even smelling it. Did you fart at any point during this conversation?
No.
Oh.
Believe it or not.
So you're a liar as well.
She's stealthy.
Thank you so much, Lindsey, for hanging out.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Lindsey.
guys. Appreciate it.
Good night. We love you.
Night. Love you.
Oh, I always cut. I always do that.
Off too fast.
I always do that.
You always do that.
I'm sorry, Lindsey.
Yeah. Oh,
all right. Well, do you want to?
Finger swirl.
Finger swirl. Does that mean take a shit and flush it, or what is that?
Swirl it right down the toilet.
That's believe it or not, that means wrap it up.
No.
Yeah,
No
I know. It's very complicated. We use a complicated form of sign language around here.
Yeah, totally.
So convoluted.
Kaitlin and Scott, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
I love the
been
Mick.
fun.
Dear listeners, please check it out. It's really, really,
And
really
please
funny.
check out the first episode of the new season of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's amazing.
Because it's amazing. It's
Thank
hysterical.
you.
Will you tell us what it's about before we go?
Are you talking about episode 1?
Episode 1.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a social commentary on whether it is difficult to be Black in America, and it's also a musical.
It's worth watching, everyone.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Thank you. I love it.
That's so awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you guys again. Oh my gosh.
Thanks for having us. It was really fun.
Yeah, it's weird, right? It's a weird one. We do a weird podcast.
No, it's a
different.
great one.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. Oh.
Scott's.
Scott's not sure, but I'm sure. I had a lot of fun.
No,
Thank
this
you for
was
having us.
amazing. I was trying to think of a way to fit in.
He's overthinking it.
Oh, labia and retractable penis. Bringing on back to the
Snail labia.
A labia later.
Labia later. Or no shit, Sherlock, because that's always
Yeah,
been
that's a good tag. That's a better tag.
Remember that?
Hashtag no shit Sherlock.
Yeah.
That's
like
good.
that.
Okay, well, let's all say good night. Wait, let's do 2 things.
Okay.
A nice fuck you, Sim.
Okay.
Sim,
Okay.
will you join in on the fuck you, Sim?
Why would I join in?
I
That
don't
makes
know.
no sense.
But I would
Just
like
to be
it.
part of the camaraderie.
I'm never
Can
going
you,
to
hey,
say.
hey, can you do it
Come
for me?
on.
Why would I?
Hey.
Yeah.
Can you do it for me?
Fuck you, Kaitlin.
I like that.
How's
Good
that?
fire.
Okay.
Good fire.
We'll do a group fuck you, Sim,
Okay.
and then a whole group no shit, Sherlock.
Okay.
How does
Got
that
it.
sound?
Yeah,
okay.
sounds good.
1, 2, 3.
Fuck you, Sim.
Great. And then
Yeah.
the whole group here, everyone?
Everyone
Everybody?
here.
Okay.
Come on.
1, 2, 3.
No shit, Sherlock. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Wait, aren't you supposed to say the follow?
Oh yeah, follow us on all of
You're
the
supposed to do that
Twitter and
thing.
Unqualified and Instagram and Facebook
Cassie Daniels, thank you
and
so much.
Thank you, Cassie. Thank you,
Thank you,
Nina.
guys.
Thank you, Tyler. Thanks everyone. Thanks, Brady.
And we love
Thanks,
you.
Miriam. Bye.
We love you
See
so
you.
much. The end.